All right, guys, so we got this brand new special event with question marks as the name. That doesn't sound ominous at all. So we also got a teaser for a new Legends Festival character for part 2 in reveals and stuff coming to a Dragon Ball Legends edition near you in a few days. On Tuesday, we're going to be having another reveals and stuff. And that also coincided with this event's announcement, which it's here now technically, but you can't continue it until the day of Legends Festival. And we also got a really fun teaser over on Twitter. And if we take a look at it here, this is really cool because they don't really do this very often. Also, they brought back the Ginyu Force banner recently, things like that. That's fine. That's normal. Where is that post? I might have just scrolled past it. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So they don't really do these videos very often. A lot of times the teasers are obviously just like a static image, right? So here's a video that they put out of a teaser for Dragon Ball Legends. Wait, hold on. I gotta hold on. No. Copyright music. Okay, actually, okay, you can't hear it. Okay, cool. It was actually off. Oh, future DFree already knew. So you got the Spirit Bomb charging. Okay. They don't really do this, so clearly a Spirit Bomb. Goku. Obviously, right? And before it's like Shallot. And then they pop in with the animated Goku cut in. Reminded me of Buchigiri, the way he's moving. I like it a lot. Also, just by the way, reminds me of an Ultra because Ultra character animations move like this too. The hair's moving and everything like that. That's kind of interesting. But also, by that same vein, it could just be that they chose to do something like that for this teaser. It doesn't really have to mean anything. But that Buchigiri / animated art style that we also see in the Ultra. Shout out to Buchigiri. I gotta do it every time. If you don't know what Dragon Ball Z Buchigiri match is, check it out. Anyway, so that's interesting, right? They do pop in with this Goku teaser. I mean, it's quite clearly Goku, unless it's Namek Goten. like it's clearly Goku. And a Spirit Bomb. So the fun thing with that is we haven't actually seen a Goku with a Spirit Bomb since the beginning of the freaking game, bro. We have not seen one since that Blue Goku free-to-play character that came out in the first like few months of the game's life. It's he might have been there on launch actually. This guy is so unbelievably old. He is the only rendition of this, and before I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure he's the only rendition of this character. Yeah, because they typically do the Super Saiyan Goku. There was a bunch of Super Saiyan Gokus. My goodness, there's like 6 on the page right now. And there's Kaioken variants. Yeah, so okay, without shadow of a doubt, we haven't seen one since. So first and foremost, just seeing that moment reenacted is going to be really, really cool. And if you haven't seen the way that the event plays out for Dragon Ball Legends, ultimately in the game, I'm going to go back here. In the game, this story stage takes place where Goku and Frieza are in the middle of their fight, and ultimately a space-time rift opens, and they get transported back to planet Earth in the middle of their fight. It's actually really cool, but obviously that is a quote-unquote what-if scenario. It's new to Legends, things like that. And I had been hearing, and I had also been saying a little bit, that maybe it's time for Legends to do their own original stuff, right? Especially when we saw like Future Gohan pop up on Dokkan recently, and for Legends Festival, Worldwide Celebration, stuff like that. You know, it really kind of hit a head where it's like, okay, Legends will probably do something similar, because if you didn't know, these games work in conjunction. There's not a bunch of different teams and stuff like that. There's like a huge Dragon Ball team that works on like all the Dragon Ball games, and they have different pockets within that, yes, but they're all in constant collaboration and talking and things like that. So I'm sure that ideas get bounced off of one another and they work like that. So that may be a little bit of info that you guys may or may not didn't know. And yes, that does apply to, again, other games too, not just these mobile games. All right, so really, really cool to see that. And let's go ahead and flip back over to my computer here so we can talk more about what I'm kind of expecting here. But before we do, be sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and I want to hear you guys' opinions. What do you think this will wind up being? Post it down below. All right, so over on my computer here, I wanted to pull up Game Originals first and foremost, because we haven't really seen a lot of interaction with Game Original characters lately, but it has been something that they've tried to go to in the past. So if we go to tags and we pull up Game Originals, in here somewhere, and sorry, I wasn't completely prepared for this. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. I literally just woke up to all this nonsense. Okay, how about this? We'll just go to types, we'll go to light, and Shallot will pop up. How about that? And I can pull up game originals. All right. So game originals are characters that are originals to Dragon Ball Legends, the story. And you see all these character additions popping in here, things like that. The different Cybermen being here is kind of funny, but whatever. So it's mainly just, you know, Zaha, Shallot, Giblet, these characters. So we should be getting a game original Goku that pops in. So that's the first thing I want to kind of, you know, highlight there. But I also want to say that if they're going to lean into game originals, one thing that I had said, you know, as one of the things that I thought they could maybe do was like a Shallot Giblet tag, things like that. Those are all things that are now on the table. It would feel and be kind of weird for them to make a summonable Shallot, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually did, just for the record. But it would be kind of weird, I will admit that. But if they're going to go the route where they're going to make game original what-if versions of characters like this Goku we're going to see, and they're going to potentially be LFs or even maybe even Ultras, I don't really know what that is. Like, that Goku could be a summonable LF, a free-to-play LF. He could be a free-to-play or Ultra. He could be a summonable Ultra. He could be so many things. I don't know what he is, right? So there's that. But if they're going to go that route, they really can expand on this a lot. So I am going to assume that that is Goku because obviously it just screams Goku, right? It's pretty obvious that that is Goku. But then I also wanted to kind of talk about what else that could really mean. And it's kind of tough to say without more info on the actual event overall because we only really have that one stage of the event. You can't really go too much more off of that. But I do think at some point Shallot is going to intervene because he's the game's mascot. There's actually, again, several game mascots, but he's technically the main one. He's the main character of the game. So anyway, he is going to be popping in most likely at some point to intervene with whatever's going on, I think, anyway. Unless they're just doing a what-if spin on the actual story and they're just going to kind of keep it tied to that and not include and incorporate Shallot or Zaha or any of these other nefarious characters, if you will, from the original story. So I think that that's going to wind up happening at some point. Or maybe not. I do also think that it's kind of interesting that they chose Kaioken Goku for this because Goku is kind of going in and out of Kaioken and base around that time period of the fight with Frieza before he starts charging up that Spirit Bomb and all that stuff. I also think it's kind of interesting as well that there's the Frieza Saga stuff kind of going on with that. The Ginyu's coming back, which is obviously a big deal. That free-to-play Frieza, I swear, I haven't touched his event yet because I've been really, really busy with my birthday the last few days, but I'm pretty sure this guy is a Frieza Saga character as well. Yes, he is, of course. That's unsurprising. But then we also saw that Vegeta get a Zenkai as well, which is kind of weird. So people were talking about that LF Vegeta, and then there's Frieza popping up and, you know, speculating we're maybe going to get some sort of powerful opponent popping up. And so they're really kind of pulling the rug from under us with this, you know, Frieza Saga type stuff going on with the new event and then the new banner returning or the Ginyu banner returning, stuff like that. And also the interaction between these other characters. I also want to throw a bone. Is it time for the Frieza that's modeled in this event, the blue Frieza, to get a Zenkai? Are we going to see a revival Zenkai? That could be kind of interesting. So to kind of tie this all together, this is how things are going to ultimately look. On the 12th, in a few days, we are going to see the continuation of this event, first and foremost, in which we're going to see the next stage. That's obvious. That's pretty straightforward. And when we get that, the reason why this is delayed is because that next stage probably has a big spoiler for whatever is upcoming because it's gonna debut right when part 2 starts on that same day. So on that same day, we're also going to get Legends Festival popping up, and then later on that night, we will also see part 2 officially debut with whatever new banners, etc. we have. Which I just want to say, quick spoiler, like we have a trillion banners in the game right now. I don't know what is going on here. Like this is. These ones don't really count. There is 18 ticket banners currently, guys. So anyway, that same day, new stuff's going to pop up. Some of these will probably leave for the record. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think. What do you think this will wind up being? Do you think they're going to do something pretty contained where it's just like a Goku, you know, maybe he's based to Kaioken transforming. Maybe he has a LF Spirit Bomb animation that he can use. He talked about how he used in the story. He talked about how he tried to use the Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb and neither of them worked. So it sounds like he may be trying to pull out another attack or go an alternate route to try to beat Frieza. That could be kind of interesting. Also, now that he's on Earth, maybe some things will wind up functioning a little bit differently. I'm not sure exactly where Shallot and his friends are in the current chapter of Legends, the story. Maybe you guys can let me know. But if they happen to be on Earth as well at this exact same point in the main storyline, maybe they can interact with Goku, and maybe it's a Goku Shallot tag character. I think that could be kind of actually that could be kind of legit. Like, dude, I would lose my stuff if it's a transforming Super Saiyan 1 tag Goku and Shallot, something like that. I would lose my stuff. That would probably be a little bit too much. Like, it would just have to be Super Saiyan 1 Goku and Shallot Super Saiyan 1. Anyway, I would lose my stuff. But what do you guys think? Post it down below.